None. Customers don't buy a quarter-inch drill. They buy a quarter-inch hole. Theodore Levitt said that in 1960. Clayton Christensen took it further. Customers don't hire a milkshake because they want a milkshake. They hire it at 7 a.m. because they need something that takes 20 minutes to consume and doesn't make a mess. Something to make a boring commute more interesting. The entire traditional segmentation approach, demographics, psychographics, purchase behavior, tells you who bought. The jobs to be done framework tells you why they bought. Those are radically different questions with radically different strategic implications. Hello, my name is Todd Hagopian. I'm the original Stagnation Assassin, author of The Unfair Advantage on Amazon, and author of the new Stagnation Assassin on Amazon. Today, on the Stagnation Assassin MBA, we're going to crack open the jobs to be done framework. I'm going to tell you what they teach you in the program, what they leave out, and what you actually need to know if you're running a real business in the real world. Traditional MBA teaches you to describe your customers. JTBD, the jobs to be done, teaches you to understand what those customers are trying to accomplish, which is a fundamentally different and more powerful piece of intelligence for your product design, your positioning, and your growth strategy. Let's look at the textbook version. Here's what the textbook says on jobs to be done. And to be fair, it's not wrong. The jobs to be done framework has multiple intellectual fathers. Theodore Levitt, as we discussed, his marketing myopia in 1960, established the customer outcome versus product feature distinction. Anthony Ulwick developed outcome-driven innovation in the 1990s, which formalized the jobs language. Clayton Christensen popularized the framework through his milkshake research and later through competing against luck in 2016, co-authored with Taddy Hall, Karen Dillon, and David Duncan. The core argument, customers don't buy products. They hire products to get a job done. Jobs have three dimensions: functional, what the customer is trying to accomplish; emotional, how the customer wants to feel or avoid feeling; and social, how the customer wants to be perceived by others. All of that makes sense. Understanding all three dimensions of the job provides a more complete basis for product design and positioning than demographic segmentation. The framework also distinguishes between the circumstances in which customers hire a product, the when of a purchase, and the customer attributes, the who of the purchase. Same person, different circumstances, different jobs. A person hires a milkshake in the morning for a different job than they hire it with children in the afternoon. A real-world debrief. So let's see where this holds water. JTBD earns its tuition in three specific strategy applications. First, product redesign and feature prioritization. When a product is underperforming, the JTBD diagnostic asks, are we helping customers do the job they're actually hiring us for? Often the answer is no, because the product was designed around feature assumptions rather than job definitions. The milkshake research is a perfect example. Adding flavor variety doesn't serve the morning commuter's job. Making the straw faster does. Second, identifying the non-obvious competition. JTBD framework consistently reveals that the real competition for a product is not other products in the same category. It's anything the customer might hire to do the same job. The morning milkshake competes with bananas and bagels and nothing, deciding to skip breakfast altogether. Seeing this competitive landscape is only possible through the jobs lens. Your real competitors are not the companies in your industry. They're everything a customer might hire to get that same job done. JTBD shows you who you're actually competing against. Third, underserved segment discovery. Jobs that are overserved by existing products, customers get the job done but find it excessive, and jobs that are underserved, customers struggle to get the job done at all, are both growth opportunity indicators. This is the Karelin method applied to market analysis. Find the job nobody is doing at 600% force and then own that. The operating room, where this breaks down, and this, remember, is where the professor sits down and the operator stands up. JTBD has 3 practical limitations, and they're important. Limitation 1, job identification is qualitative and difficult. Finding the real jobs customers are hiring your product for requires deep customer research, ethnographic observation, in-depth interviews, careful behavioral analysis. Most companies don't invest in this rigorously, so they use the framework superficially, which doesn't work. Customers want convenience. It's not a job identification, it's a platitude. Customers want convenience is not a job. It's a category of jobs. Do the work to identify the specific job, the specific circumstances, the specific anxieties that surround it. Limitation 2. The framework is better at analysis than at quantification. JTBD tells you what jobs exist and whether they're over or underserved. It doesn't tell you how large the market opportunity is, what the willingness to pay is, or what the prioritization should be when multiple underserved jobs are identified. You need additional market research methods to size and prioritize what the JTBD reveals. Limitation number 3, the framework is most powerful for consumer product and service businesses. It's less naturally applicable to complex B2B environments where the job is defined by multiple stakeholders with conflicting objectives. The operator's upgrade, we're going to do 3 moves to apply to JTBD in your business that will improve this framework. Move 1, interview 10 recent customers about why they hired your product, not what features they use. The question is, what were you doing before you found our product? What were you trying to get done? What frustrated you about how you were doing it before? Now listen for the functional, emotional, and social dimensions of the job. Move 2, map the job the customer is hiring you for against the job your product is designed to do. This is really interesting. The gap between those two is your product market fit problem, and it's usually more revealing than any net promoter score that you'll ever run. Move 3, look for the unmet jobs in adjacent circumstances. Who hires competing products for jobs that your product could serve but doesn't? What would you need to change your product in order to serve those jobs? Really interesting analysis. The Stagnation Assassin verdict here, weaponize it. The jobs to be done is one of the most powerful frameworks in product strategy and market analysis. It's not a replacement for traditional market research, it's an upgrade to it. The insight that customers hire products to get jobs done, and that job defines the competitive set, is practically important and immediately applicable. Any operator developing product strategy or diagnosing an underperforming product line should master this. It's important. That's jobs to be done, the framework that changes what you're actually selling. For more on market insight, strategic product thinking, grab The Unfair Advantage and Stagnation Assassin on Amazon.com. Follow the Stagnation Assassin show, and please visit toddhagopian.com for the world's largest stagnation database. Remember, stop designing products. Start designing solutions to jobs. The market doesn't reward features, it rewards getting the job done for your customers.